Joining me now is Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter. He's a member of the House Budget Committee. Congressman, good to see you. How do you think this plays out?
Well, I think we'll get it done. We may have to do it, as the Speaker says, by ourselves. And I don't know that we can count on any Democrats. Obviously, we've got Chuck Schumer, John Ossoff, and the Democrats once again putting illegal immigrants over the American citizens. Look at what is at stake here. We are in the middle of a snowstorm on the East Coast. And what happens? FEMA is not going to be appropriated. They're not going to be funded. We need FEMA right now. We need the Coast Guard. We need TSA. We need all of these government agencies funded. Yet the Democrats, again, want to put the illegal immigrants over the American people, just as they did back in the fall when they were trying to get health care benefits for them. Now they're trying to protect illegal criminal immigrants here in America.
Well, I mean, do you see any changes to the immigration crackdown?
Well, Tom Homan is making changes up there in Minnesota right now. And I applaud what they're doing. I applaud the fact that they're trying to get rid of criminal, illegal immigrants here in America. And that's what they should be doing. And those who are opposing this, whether they are financing it, whether they're cheering on these protesters, or whether they're participating, they should be held accountable. They should not be getting in the way of law enforcement who's trying to get rid of illegal criminal aliens here in the United States. We need to keep that in mind. Yes, there are changes we can make. Body cams, we make sure that we finance that and that we appropriate it for that. All of these things, we can make it better. We can make it safer for our ICE agents who are our heroes.
Congressman, what do you want to say about this Don Lemon arrest? A former CNN anchor, Don Lemon, arrested for allegedly violating federal law during a protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. He's being charged with conspiracy against the right of religious freedom at a house of worship. His lawyer is calling these charges unprecedented and an attack on the First Amendment. He's vowing to fight this criminal case. Abby Lowell, of course, the former lawyer and the current lawyer of Hunter Biden, is Don Lemon's lawyer. Congressman, you introduced a resolution praising the DOJ for prosecuting Minnesota church insurrectionists. What did you think of this?
Well, I applaud Don Lemon being arrested. He should be. You know, Maria, as I go through the state and I hear people, they are tired of this. They are tired of seeing what's happening here. They want to see people in handcuffs. They want to see people go to jail. There is no excuse whatsoever that someone should disrupt a religious service of any type. Christians should not be intimidated. No one has the right to go into a religious service like this and impact that and interrupt that. And they should pay the consequences of this. Actions have consequences. The actions that they took should have consequences. They ought to be put in handcuffs. They ought to be put in jail.
Yeah, Border Czar Tom Homan is vowing far-left groups funding and coordinating these attacks on ICE agents will face consequences. I spoke about it with Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the potential foreign adversaries contributing to the violence. Watch this. Tom Homan warned that left-wing groups are funding the attacks on ICE. Do you believe that this is domestic, or are these also tied to foreign adversaries like Communist China?
Something that we've been dealing with this in Texas, where we see funding come from outside groups, including George Soros. And I think one of the most important things the Trump administration can achieve is to get to the bottom of who's funding all this. It could be the protest groups. It could be the NGOs, things like that. But listen, I think if the Trump administration can find out who is funding all this illegal activity, interfering with the ability of ICE to do its job, that would be the biggest game changer that could be achieved by the president.
What do you think, Congressman? Who is behind it? Somebody's paying for all of this, right?
Absolutely. And those who are funding this, those who are cheering it on, those who are participating, they need to be held accountable. And if these people who are funding it are also funding Democratic politicians like Chuck Schumer and John Ossoff, they should be held accountable as well, because they have blood on their hands here. What's going on in Minnesota, these protesters who are getting in the way of our ICE agents, who are our heroes trying to protect us, that is inexcusable, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Congressman, Carolyn Levitt told me that the president's going to have more news on health care, and of course he's been trying to get pricing down. You're a doctor. a former doctor before you came to Congress. What are your thoughts in terms of the president's efforts? What more can be done to rein in prices on health care?
Well, one of the things we need to keep in mind is this appropriations bill that we're going to pass either today or tomorrow will include some healthcare reforms. We will extend telehealth. We'll also have more funding for maternal mortality. We'll also have PBM reform, prescription benefit managers. They'll bring drug prices down. And what the president's doing is, I applaud what he's doing because he is really helping to bring healthcare costs down. We can only do that through competition, and the president is trying to create more competition, and that's what's going to bring healthcare prices down.
All right, we will keep watching all of that. Thanks so much, Congressman. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so, Buddy Carter this morning. Quick break, and then